Sibanye Gold spun out of Goldfields in February 2013 and owns the older SA-based mines such as Kloof and Driefontein. Its CEO is former Gold One and Uranium One Neil Froneman. Market cap 9.9 billion rand, price to earnings ratio of 4.3 and a dividend yield of 2.3%. I suppose I do need to disclose that the investor relations here, James Wellstead, is a personal friend. How's that for disclosure?
Oh, nice.
You're always disclosing your friends. I thought I'd better throw one into the pile there.
I want more of those, please. Every show I want a friend.
All right, so Sibanye, where are we going on this one?
Well, it's an interesting story because, as Rowan said earlier, this was supposed to be the disappointing part of the business. But Froneman is a master of, sort of creating excitement. So he's done a couple of deals. He's been quick to resolve issues on the mines. He's much beloved by his mine managers and his shop stewards. They've also bought those Cook Section West Rand assets that were in some of those other companies. I can't even remember how many hands that thing's passed through, but he's really positioning himself as the sort of master blaster in that sort of tired mines but not completely tired sort of space. Market seems to love it. He's delivered solid earnings growth. It has cracked a little bit in recent weeks, but it certainly looks like one of the star options in the sector.
And Rowan, that your eyebrows pricked up there in terms of a star performer.
Yeah, if you look at sort of across the board at the companies that we're speaking about, it looks like the big companies are getting diseconomies of scale, and clearly they're talking about becoming more operationally efficient. And AngloGold Ashanti says they can take $460 million out of their overheads, which, I mean, that's such a substantial amount. You're seeing these focused mines where Paul was saying, older assets that you can really sort of milk them for cash. I think this is the more attractive end of the gold mining sector, and this is probably, if you do or you're still a bull, this is the place where you want to be.
Paul, anything before we go to hot on or not on Sibanye?
Look, I mean, they still have the same problems though underlying it all. Weak bullion prices, firming rand, rising electricity prices, and revolutionary labor relations. So put all of that lot together, I don't think this one really is much to get excited about. The share price has done well though since it came out, and I think that's sort of gotten people excited, but I've got a fear that they may be getting excited a little bit in advance of real results, earnings delivery.
Rowan, do you think that the market is getting ahead of itself on Sibanye?
No, I think the news flow has been really positive. Everything they said in their strategic plan in terms of what they would deliver, they would pay a maiden dividend, they would pay down their debt, they would sort out some of the labor issues with a medium-term contract with labor. I think they've done all of those, so I think they get the benefit that the market's giving them.
Hot or not, Paul?
No, to come back to the macro point where we started, I think if Chinese and Indian people invest in other assets, the gold price continues going lower, and even the Neil Froneman factor is not enough to get me excited about this one. Not
Rowan, is the Neil Froneman factor enough to get you excited about Sibanye? Hot or not?
I'm a bit more marginal. I'll say hot on this one.